Good morning. In the year of 2012, at the Michael Moore Traverse City Film Festival, I had the opportunity to interview Israel director Arnon Goldfinger, and his film is called The Flat. When his 98 years old grandmother passed away in Tel Aviv, and his family members were cleaning up her flat, and then they found and were surprised by seeing old photos and letters leaving in Palestine in the 1930s and having a Nazi Germany official friend. And Arnon Goldfinger's documentary was passionate and understanding. And this is what he said to me.
The flat, it started out, according to what you were just talking about, that it was just going to be a series of maybe hours or a couple of days filming your family to move items out of your deceased grandmother's house.
Yes.
At the time where you came into the knowledge of Mildenston, is that correct?
Yeah, Mildenston.
At that point, when you came across that information and all of a sudden your ideal of filming a family situation turned into something greatly more.
Yeah.
What were the hours and days, can you share? What were you going through during that time trying to decide what to do?
Well, I think that, one of the beautiful film about cinema that, and what I also tried to make in this film, is this feeling that, it just happened. But the reality is a bit different.
Mm-hmm.
This is after shooting and cutting and deciding what to do. In reality, it was a very, very ups and down process. And, the first idea was really, as you said, it was to, if I generalize it, was my idea, it was under the sentence, what can you learn about people from the stuff they left behind? And I really wanted to make a film only in the flat. My first idea was, I'm not going to go out of the flat, and I'm going to make it short in the end. But even though we found this, evidence of the relation with von Mildenstein, and we found, of course, more than what you see in the film. Even after that, it took me. It's not that just right away I said, okay, this is the story. It took me a while to understand that this is the story, and I, in a matter of fact, shoot some other scenes until I understand, no, this is the story. And I think the reason is, it's partly because it was not so clear to understand the story, but also, me myself, I had hesitations, some restriction. It's, I had to walk throughout this process of, how to say?
Was there a real struggle during that
was.
process? I'm sure there is, because
was.
it was going to possibly affect a lot of people that were very close to you at that time.
It was a lot of struggle. It was a lot of moral question raised about all the main characters, including myself, but of course about my grandparents, my mother, and also about Eda, the daughter from Mildenstein. A lot of hesitations, a lot of thinking and rethinking, and moral issues, how to deal with. Should I do it? Should I not? Should I stop? Yeah, I think it's you may say escorted. It's really, it was a real deal throughout all the doing of the film, including the editing. I think these were the main, my main concerns. We had a lot of material. It was not a matter of technical editing, what to cut. It was really a matter of what to leave in the film, how to do it in order to be 100% as you can. You're never 100%, but behind it.
You had a camera
Yeah.
person. And did you discuss with him basically kind of how you wanted the composites to be?
I can say about it two things. First of all, I started shooting by myself, and this is, you see it also in the film. The film started nearly as a home movie, and that was the real process. And then I became the soundman with the camera person, and then later on also, it's depend on the money, you know. Then we raise money so we can hire more professional people. But I think one of my main new things in the film was to, how to say, not to be in control about but to trust the cameraman. Because even if you are saying to me what you should do, you need to know what's going to happen. And I didn't know what's going to happen. So I had to trust him. So there were minutes that afterwards I asked him, what did you do? And he told me, I wanted to film it. And oh no, why didn't you do that? And we got to a very interesting point in which I used to say, because I felt every time we are shooting a thing, we are missing something. And I had to understand, this is it, this is the reality. So I used to take my crew in the morning when it was already, you know, process of the real filming, let's say, and I used to tell them, listen fellas, today we're going to shoot this and this and this. You should be, how to say, I'm 100% sure we're going to miss a lot of things. Let's pray we're going to catch some of this.
One of the main reasons why I asked that question
Yes.
about the cameraman
Yes.
is during the time of the film,
Yes.
when you took your mother to your grandmother's graveyard, and you were trying to find her headstone.
Yes.
And that the camera work was just exquisite
Yes.
during that moment. And another question that I had during that moment when you were in the graveyard, what were your feelings when you were going through that low brush, trying to find the headstone, and you weren't able to find her headstone? What was going through your heart and mind at that moment? It just almost seemed like almost it paralleled the whole structure of the whole movie, that there was this cover over the truth. Hiding what really took place, and that low brush was very similar to that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that during the process of shooting it, I was not just disappointed, but I was shocked, because I couldn't believe that. You know, how could it happen? How could nobody take care of it? You know, what's going on here? And I think we cut it there was, you know, after we cut it, there was still, you know, I was looking and looking and looking. I just couldn't believe. You cannot show it, you know, minutes and minutes in the film. I think we edited it in the way you can understand it. Mm-hmm. But while editing it, I think that the film is starting from a point that I call it a celebration of finding, of discoveries. There is thousands of gloves and bags, and you know, like you feel like everything is under your hands, and you just need to make it in the right order, and you find all the answers. But when the process of the film is keep going, there's less and less evidence. There's the symbol of the hands trying to, you know, catch something. I think that's the symbol of my doing in the film, and in the end you cannot really hold the past. In the end there's no evidence. In the end you will remain with a mystery. You will remain with some question that do not have an answer.
One other real poignant moment in the movie was when you were inquiring in Germany from the gentleman on the second, what type of job did he have?
Yes.
That was the only moment in the entire movie where I ever felt that there was a real an anger, frustration in your voice at any time in the whole movie. It was really, really, even though you weren't yelling it,
Yeah.
but it came through loud and clear.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no messing around, and it was so poignant because he didn't sense it. He didn't hear it. And it really came through really, really clear. What were you feeling at that moment?
You know, on the one hand, throughout all my meetings with the von Millenstein, it raised lots of complex feelings. On the one hand, they really treated me very well, welcomed me, they were nice people. And maybe I thought, maybe they are naive. But on the other hand, maybe not. You cannot tell. And
I didn't get the feeling it was naive.
yeah. So I think it's open for interpretations, but to the way when you are there and you're asking questions, and suddenly you got those unbelievable answers from my point of view. Yeah, I think I was mainly frustrated. It's more than anger. It's different than anger. It's frustration because you want something to be open and discuss it, and then with you can with all the respect for the other, because let me state it very clear, there is no blame in their doing it. It's not their fault. And I also can understand very well to know that your father was a Nazi. It's not an easy knowing. Who want to know it? You can understand it. But I thought maybe we'll have the chance to speak more open about it. And where the scenes led me to not just not open, you don't know nothing. I think it's a moment of frustration over that.
Well, I think your movie really gives everybody a template to be able to see that issue can be discussed in a very civil environment, and I think your movie succeeds at that. Those were very, very difficult things for Ada to have to listen to, and it was very very apparent with your mother as well.
Yes.
I mean, it was rocking her whole sense of reality that she grew up with. But I think that you really succeeded with this movie fantastically. And just one last question. Where is this movie going to appear here in the United States?
So we just there is a distribution company called IFC, a New Yorker distribution company that just announced last Friday that they are going to distribute the film all over USA, and there is a release date already. It will start at October 19 in LA and New York, and then a week after it will be in the 25 cities.
2012.
Yeah, in a few months. I think 3 months, something like that. And we'll see what will happen. So it's depend, but they really believe in the film. They are from the film. They saw it in the Tribeca Film Festival. Were enthusiastic about it, and they are really believing. They are a great believer in the film.
And it's still playing in Israel after 1 year.
Yeah, now it's going to finish. It's 12 months. It's fantastic. Yeah, it's.
Thank you very much. And somebody had asked you what your next project is, and you didn't seem to either know or you haven't decided yet. Is that true?
It's true. It's not that I not decided. I have few ideas, but I'm not sure if it will be one of them. I'm very, very busy with this film. And I also accompanying him. Coming places, and but I think the US release is kind of the finale. You know what I mean? It's kind of the.
It's going to be a whole other great experience.
Yes, that's right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
The jury's voted to give this special jury award to a film that revisits the Holocaust in a simple, intimate family story. Structured as a mystery with unexpected twists and turns, this sophisticated documentary makes us ponder the complexity of human relationships and the desire for closure, and does so with honesty and an ambivalence that avoids easy answers. The special jury prize goes to The Flat. Arnon Goldfinger. Arnon, congratulations.
Okay. Wow. Just to think that, a month ago I didn't want to come here. It's unbelievable. But I would like to say something very serious about this decision of Michael to, to really say, a film is a film. It doesn't matter. Because I'm having right now, for 1 year, a big struggle in Israeli industry, really against this decision that my film in Israel was distributed in the cinemas and did not get any support by the Israeli foundations for distribution because it is a documentary, which is ridiculous because it became the second most viewed Israeli film in the last year's cinema. So I'm going now to tell them that Michael Moore decided in his festival, not his, but in his idea, to say something very simple. A film is a film. Thank you so much.